start with the question why. Why are we here and why do we die? Why are our cities all gentrified and why do blacks still gotta struggle to survive? It's ludicrous. Corruption covens ain't new to this. Started off when the plagues had hit and the bodies of the less fortunate started soaking on the royal furnaces. They stealing money out of everybody and all the single mothers' purses. It's a shame to me to see these boys out in the streets who slanging dope so they can eat while Senate waited on hands and feet. The same Senate that breathed poverty and gave that same dope to the teens in the streets in the 70s. So chew on that, just chew on that. I'm cooking up some food for thought, so just sit back, relax, and chew on that.
Chew it.
Just chew on that.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, little children, dogs and cats, you already know who it is. It's your boy Randy Chew, aka Mr. Chew on that. And I just want to say I'm excited to be back with you guys. You know, it's been a while. I feel like it's been a while anyway. I literally was just here last Monday. I'm tripping. What am I talking about? Anyway, so I've been doing a little review on the numbers, man. I realized that this software that I'm using is not telling me the actual numbers. So I went on YouTube, I went on Apple Music, I went on Podbean, I went on Facebook, and I realized that on an average we have about 8.1K viewership. Yeah, but you know, last Monday the show messed up because I was exposing the FBI and they tactics. So obviously it's gonna mess up. But anyway, it's your boy Randy Chew, aka Mr. Chew on that, aka Mr. Smack your great grandma, because I will smack her if she gets on my nerves. I'm excited. I'm fitting to have a blast. I got some cool people in the studio with me. The special guest tonight is gonna be amazing. She's family. She's cool. She's that chick. She's that go chase the bag. But we're not gonna talk about her right now. We're gonna bring her up in a little bit. But listen, I just want to holler at Mr. Grandtastic for a moment. Hey,
Yeah.
what's good, bro? How you been, man?
Man, yo, I've been resting and chilling. You know, still got that
Jamaican and everything on me.
Jamaican flavor. You know, yeah, I'm on.
Wagwan.
No, man, I'm great. Yo, actually, what's crazy? They were sold out like the whole island. We couldn't find any. I mean, they were. We went with the turn up crew. I know.
You know
for real.
What I'm saying? Listen. So
we were with the turn up crew. They took all that joint.
But other than that, you good though?
Man, I'm great. I'm great.
Good?
Got my little bronze on. You know, still feeling it a little bit. Letting some taco out.
Yeah.
Get your tortillas because the taco meat is out, y'all.
Oh, hot dog. In about 2 weeks, I'm gonna have my taco meat out all over Aruba.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm going to Aruba and I'm gonna act like I'm a rapper from Atlanta called Two Chess.
Two chess.
Hey, I'm gonna have a grill and everything. It's gonna be a phenomenal.
I can't wait for
I'm
that.
gonna wear all this jewelry and all that. I'm gonna be walking around Two Chess.
Yo, nah. So is this gonna be a taco meat summer? Is that what we trying to make it?
Dad, whoa. Dad bods all summer. I'm just saying, dad bods all summer. You know what I mean? So anyway, look, I want to do something real quick. Books and business. So what I want to do is, my big bro Zoe Williams, the voice of reason, at Zoe What Morning Show. You can see him on Mansions. He's at Dash Radio. He does his thing, man. West Side, on the West Coast. He has a new book out. So first of all, let me say he wrote a book called The Relationship Dismount: How to Stick the Landing After Exiting a Toxic Relationship. You definitely need to get that. Then he wrote The Holographic Relationship. Not going to give you too much nuggets on that. I'm just going to say sometimes people always point the finger at someone else, not realizing the relationship is a reflection of yourself. Not the person, the relationship is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. Holographic Relationship. Third book that is dropping in this book series is called The Shrouded Lighthouse. And you guys definitely need to get that. He talks about so much stuff on The Shrouded Lighthouse. It's about to be released. Those who pre-ordered got a special invitation to his masterclass, The University of You. Go to zowhatmasterclass.com. Go ahead, sign up for University of You so you can get what you need to get to stop being someone who blames everyone else for your problems. Anyway, I'm going to play a quick clip of a part of that book he calls a situation shift. I'm gonna play it right now.
You've heard of the term situation shift. I've taken it and made it something different. The situation shifts that we find ourselves in have the power to cause us to shift our perspective, either for good or for bad. When we shift for good, we've taken accountability of what we've been through, how we've been hurt, unhealed trauma. That causes us to shift in consciousness. So situation shifts can be very beneficial, right? If you're learning. Most people do not enter a relationship to find out what's wrong with themselves. Most people are looking for relationships to bring ease and peace, but that is only half of the coin. You're a co-creator of this relationship experience you're currently in, and that's why a situation shift has a silver lining.
Yeah, go to the shroudedlighthouse.com, theshroudedlighthouse.com. Now, without further ado, we're going to dive straight into our special guest segment on the show. We have, oh my goodness, the lovely Loletha.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I am doing fabulous.
Clap it up for, clap it up for, clap it up for.
Round of applause.
Yes.
Taco
So,
Red.
before I unleash you, because I definitely want you to talk about your new business venture that you have with another young lady that I respect very highly.
Yes.
And about your journey into who you have become today. I have some questions, obviously, but before I get into your questions and all that, I want you to tell the people where they can find you.
Okay.
On all your social media platforms, contact information, the whole nine. I'm gonna have you do that now and before you leave.
Okay.
So go ahead and do that now.
Okay. So you can reach me. I'm kind of a dinosaur to the social media thing. However, you can reach me on my Facebook page is Loletha Simmons Realtor. Loletha Simmons Realtor on Facebook, and I have another page, same thing, Loletha Moshao Simmons, was my whole name.
Okay.
And
go ahead, Moshao.
I know. And we also have I forgot to bring my girlfriend with me because I have a girlfriend named Little Lolo. So we have another website that's where is Lolo.
Okay.
That's one also. And then
where is Lolo? Not where is Waldo. Where is Lolo?
Waldo,
my goodness, if you can't see Lolo right now. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so where's Lolo? My other one is, I'm trying to think, because Kim didn't give me a cue card to tell me which one. Before we leave, there you go. The Kindness Realtor is my Instagram one. The Kindness Realtor.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are my things. And then if it's something else I forgot, I'll tell you then.
Okay, cool. And also, for those who will be listening later on, after we're off air on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, and all that stuff, I will definitely have all your information in the description.
Excellent.
They'll be able to. Do not DM her to flirt unless you make over $150,000 a year as your side hustle.
Absolutely. Yep.
That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, so you're a real estate agent.
Yes, I am. Have been for 19 years.
19 years.
Yes. 19 years.
That's some hot monkey love.
That is.
Yes.
19 years in real estate.
Yes.
I mean, you know how to sell.
Absolutely.
So if I was a drug dealer, I'd definitely have you. I'm just okay. Anyway, so
I have great selling skills.
Yeah. So, how is the real estate market right now?
Oh, I'm glad.
That's actually a really good question. Our brother got questions over here.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
You're gonna go next. So after she answers, you go. Then I go.
Okay.
When I move, you move just like that.
Just like
that. Okay. The real estate market is amazing right now.
Okay.
I've been doing this long enough where I was in the market in 2008 when everything was like crazy and chaotic.
Okay.
It has been since the pandemic. It has been just as crazy. However, as my partner Kim likes to say, it's actually a win-win market because the sellers are making out like hotcakes because they're getting like 51% over.
Wow.
Yes, 51% over list price. Then last year, just to keep it in perspective, it was 26%.
Okay.
So this now we're at 51% over asking price on their properties.
My
goodness. The sellers are making out like crazy. And also the second wind is the buyers are in a phenomenal place as well.
Okay.
Because the interest rates are so low. So
yes.
Lowest they've ever been in history since they made them. You know. So
really?
Yep, absolutely. So the rates are extremely low, and that's created this perfect storm. So now we have win-win. The only thing is, well, we were going into a buyer's market before the pandemic. And so now, sellers are like, they can afford to be picky and choosy. And things are like kind of crazy.
They being bougie now.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
However, the buyers are making out, especially our buyers, like, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. We just had a buyer get an offer accepted we went in at list price. We got 3% seller help, which is unheard of. And we were able to do inspections, did the inspection report, repairs came back, and they agreed to do all the repairs.
What? Wow. Oh, we got to get that.
Yeah.
Clap it up.
Listen.
Yes.
If you don't got her, listen, if you don't get her as your real estate agent, this is what I want you to do. I want you to drive to your nearest Walmart. Start the car, drive to your nearest Walmart, park it, walk in. I want you to walk past the candy and the little fake McDonald's or Subway or with a Pizza Hut, whatever they got on the side. Walk past the clothes, go past electronics, make a left where it says sporting goods. I need you to get the biggest rifle you can find.
Yes. Bring it.
That part. Fantastic. You got something to ask her?
He did say fake McDonald's, by the way.
He did say it.
So what are some first steps that buyers should be taking in this particular market? What are some first steps they should be considering if they're kind of going into the market around this time? Since you said it's good, what should some people be doing? What are some first steps they should be taking?
Well, calling me. Let's start there. Calling me. Let's start there.
Better call Miss Fabulous.
She's dangerous now.
Call her.
Woo. Oh, okay. So that's about all I got. I don't have any more after that.
Tell her I want a home, single family, maybe townhouse. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. So to call us for one, my partner and I, and for two is like the first thing you need to do in this market. And I'm big on education.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm big on educating people. I have 8 kids. I'm homeschooled. I'm big on education. So the first thing you need to do is call your realtor, and then you need to get with a lender. So you need to get with a lender that's familiar with the market, the current market of the now.
Okay.
So because you need to have your buying power in order.
Correct.
Because there's no sense of me showing you, tell me, okay, but I want to see this $500,000 house. However, your comfortable budget is only $300. So if you go see something that's out of your comfort zone, then when I show you what's in your comfort zone, you're like, I don't want to see that mess.
Yeah.
So it makes it harder for me. So Kim and I are very deliberate about educating people before they go out.
Gotcha.
So you need to find your realtor, and then you need to pick a lender. And then from that point on, you need to have a buyer consultation with your realtor so we can find out exactly what it is that you need, what you're looking for, and how we can best help you.
Gotcha.
Yep. So yes. Yes.
So I want to say something because I like bragging on people that I actually care about. You recently received an award, right?
Yes.
For real estate and community service.
Yes.
You are the cultural icon ambassador for the entire DMV.
Woo, woo.
And I'm not talking about Delaware. I'm talking about DC, Maryland, Virginia, the original DMV.
The real, not Delmarva.
Yeah,
not Delmarva. Not Delmarva.
Yeah.
You guys old enough to know that?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I got
for
you.
sure.
Because I'm an old lady.
So
actually, there's one other. There are 2 of us.
Okay.
Yep, from Maryland, DC, and Virginia for Keller Williams. Yep.
Okay.
In the region.
Is she here?
No, she's not here, but she's
okay,
fabulous.
I don't want to talk about
Alrighty.
I want to talk about you.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Hot
We
dog.
can run with that.
I got Loletha in the studio.
Yes.
Okay, so your community involvement. Let's talk about it because let me say this, because oftentimes we live in a society and a culture today that's always about chase the bag, get the money.
Yeah.
And it's like you leave people behind.
Yep.
When you do that, it's never no educating people to bring them up, no mentorship, no community involvement or nothing. But you as a successful Black woman has found a way not only to be successful with 8 children, but to give back. So talk about your community involvement for a moment.
Woo! We can run with that. That's my passion.
Okay.
That's my my heart. I always get choked up when I start thinking about the community things because I'm big on giving back and helping others, and like this kind heart that I have, man, I'm a servant completely. Yeah. So since the pandemic, even prior to the pandemic, I've always been a person that you would never come over my house and leave without me giving you something. Right. You know, I'm like gonna give it all away. Right. And I like to think that I'm a connector. So like I'm very curious about people. So I like hearing people's story. So then I can connect them with someone else that might be able to help them. Yeah. So that's been me my whole life. And then I've always done volunteer work. So I've done volunteer work. I've had my children do volunteer work. And so, but my passion is for seniors. That's my passion.
That's gotta be a passion.
Yes, it is. I'm telling you, you'd be surprised.
When people hit a certain age, I'm done with you.
Nope, I'm telling you, you have to stop. I'm telling you,
slow.
I can't.
A
whole hot minute.
Sorry,
no, you have to be okay. So to sit at the feet of a senior, like I laugh. I probably have had more fun times talking to my seniors than anything else.
And I'm sure you grabbed a lot of wisdom in stories, and history,
funny stuff. So I love my seniors. I've done volunteer work since I was like 15. Like I would go every Thanksgiving, Christmas, do volunteer work at senior homes, and so I grew up in that vein. So, but since the pandemic, my amazing church, Kingdom Celebration Center. That's a plug. Okay.
With the plug,
want to come through. So, we were giving out food. We were doing food distribution. Once a month. I think it was once a month on Mondays.
Before the pandemic.
Yeah, it was once a month. Yeah. Okay. So we're doing it before the pandemic, once a month. However, since the pandemic, when I tell you we've been boots to the ground out here in these streets, like taking care of people, like at any given moment.
Let me just cut you off for a second. Let me just cut you off for a second because let me tell you, Loletha gets on my nerves, and I stopped going to the food distributions because she always want to load her car up for 15, 20, 25 families because she's actually
Randy, pick up those onions.
Food. And I'm sitting there like, first of all, she don't understand. I got muscle problems. And I don't feel like explaining all that stuff. And I'm just looking at her like, I'm not picking up that. Okay, I'm not doing it.
It was a body bag of onions. I was like, Randy, come here, baby, get this, and I'm bossy. And Randy was like, whatever. Like,
but you
kick rocks, Lolo.
So I say that to validate what you're saying.
Yes,
is that you're picking up, you're coming to the food distributions not just because you're a part of the church, but you're grabbing the food and you're taking it to people.
Yes.
When they don't have transportation or avenues to get to, when someone like myself who can be like, oh, I'm helping throw all these food pantries in Anne Arundel County, and I never thought about the people who can't make it to the food distributions.
So many.
Someone who has a more of a tender heart, if you will, see stuff that people like me may not often see. Right. Which means, hey, I need to drop this off to them. Right. And it could be seniors too that just don't want to come out during a pandemic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead. During the pandemic. Yeah, I've been called a conspiracy theorist my whole life.
And I roll with it. It's all right with me.
Go ahead.
It's all right with me. So our church, our amazing church, since the pandemic, we've been doing like on Mondays. It's phenomenal. You have to come. Okay. And so on any given Monday, Randy's in that. Any given Monday, we feed anywhere from 800 to 1,500 individuals. Yes. That is like
every Monday.
Like I get choked up about it.
Yeah.
So what happened was when we first started doing it, there were people, I put out the flyer, and people were like, "Oh, Lolo, I can't get there. Can you bring it to me?" And I was like, "Oh, sure." Wow. We started out with 4 people, coming out up to 20. People that we personally on Mondays we come and we help. Like sometimes we get here early enough that we can unload the trucks, and then once we unload, then we pack up the car. Like true story, I had a little red Jeep, right? A little red Jeep Patriot. I packed that thing to like what?
Yes.
And then it was I couldn't get enough food in there, so I went and got an upgrade, and I got an SUV, a 7-passenger. So now I can get more food in it. You know what I mean? Wow. So it's like there are people that need help.
let me just tell you how she just flexed real quick.
Yo, did they? I caught the
I
flex.
was hoping you ain't missed it.
I caught the
I was
flex.
hoping you didn't miss it.
Hey, this is too small for me.
Yeah.
Let me just go to the dealership and get what I need. You know what I mean?
Like, look, I gotta help more people. Upgrade this.
Yeah.
Let me upgrade you.
Yes.
To the left.
You got a question for?
Absolutely.
No, I just want to keep hearing about like the flex album. I was like, oh, keep talking. Man.
Right,
It's just like that, but it's still too hot over there. I got it's still too much heat.
Sizzle. I know, honey. I know. Don't work with. But so we had there were 20 people. So these are people that immune compromised, no transportation or whatever, or they just can't come out. And then a lot of people had to like homeschool their kids, so they couldn't leave their children to come to the church.
Very true.
Talk.
So it's like we had to, like, how am I going to sit by when I'm able-bodied and I can do it and have a heart to do it and not do it? So we load the truck up. So on Mondays we would load the vehicle and go deliver people. So we would start here like 9-10 o'clock, and sometimes I was getting home like at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, because we go throughout the state of Maryland.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Just delivering, loving on people. You know, and we don't call it food, so we call it goodies. So Kim and I are the goody girls. Surprise, the goody girls. That would be us.
Lord have mercy.
Them goodies. Them
goodies. Them goodies.
Delivering goodies.
We are the goody girls. Yes, we're the goody girls. So,
no, that's powerful.
Yeah, we're the goody girls. Yeah.
You know, I commend. First of all, let me say this, because I feel like the media in society doesn't portray what I'm about to say often. As a black man, I am very, very proud of you. As a black woman, I am extremely proud to know you. I do got some tissue.
I'm already a crybaby.
But no, I'm very, very proud of you. 8 children. You're strong. You're moving forward. You're not being a victim or playing victim or trying to lean on a man to take care of all your financial needs or whatever. You out here getting it until the right one come by.
Yeah.
And you helping the community out, and you don't carry yourself like a modern woman.
Oh wow. Okay.
You carry yourself like one of them old school, traditional, honorable women. And I appreciate that about you.
Oh my Lord. Give me my flowers now. Oh my goodness.
I done lost a lot of people in my life that died and I couldn't give them flowers. So I like giving people that I care about their flowers when they're alive. Because it's different when you can speak it and hand it to people when they're alive versus over their gravesite. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So, Grantessa, you want to ask or say anything before I go to my final input? I want her to throw out to the world.
Go to your thing. Go to your thing. Yeah, go to
you
your
positive?
Thing. I'm positive.
I'm
go
a
ahead.
dangerous man with some money in my pocket.
Go ahead.
Nonprofit. That's all I'm gonna say. You take it away. Nonprofit.
Okay. Outside of my 8 children,
Infinity Home Resources
is the creation out of our heartfelt passion to help others.
Okay.
My partner Kim Hickson and I created Infinity Home Resources.
Okay.
So Infinity Home Resources is the umbrella of our nonprofit. Is the umbrella of which we do our different businesses.
Okay.
So we have our real estate business is Infinity Home Team.
Okay.
Where we are like out in these streets crushing it when it comes to real estate.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you get awards and everything.
Yes, like come on now, what? Yeah. And so and that award actually is about culture. It's not even about production.
Oh wow.
That award isn't about production.
Okay.
That award is about the culture of our company and what our company stands for and what we're built upon. So that's what that's
I'm gonna
about.
leave that alone because that's deep.
Yeah, it is. It is deep. And
she said that as a black woman.
Yes. And it is the culture that which we stand on. And so to get that award meant a lot to me. Like it meant a lot because, you know, I'm not boastful, and you know, like to see someone else recognize your efforts when I'm not looking for recognition. I'm not looking for attention. I'm just looking to see how I can jump in because I'm a gap filler. Like where can I jump in so I can help someone? You know, and that's what spearheaded. I have to. I don't have time to be sitting around waiting on people to do it. And then you can lead by example.
Yes.
Enough people even see you doing it. It's like they're gonna jump in and start doing some stuff too.
Yeah.
So
talk heavy.
Yeah. We have to.
Of the breach.
Absolutely. So it's like that was that's what that whole cultural icon award was about. So back to the nonprofit part of it. For the nonprofit, we see a need. And we want to be the gap fillers for that area too. Wow. So it's funny that you said about giving you your flowers, because one of the arms of our nonprofit, one of the arms of our business is our nonprofit for. Oh my goodness! So we did a business plan. We did a business course with Talking Business with Barbara.
Yeah.
As a result of that business course,
that's a powerful woman.
Let me tell you something. I bow down to that queen, because that's a queen right there.
Yeah.
She is the queen. Oh my gosh, I love her to pieces. That is my ultimate girl crush.
Shout out, Mom Dukes. Love you, girl.
I know.
Yeah, I mean,
so we took a 6-week business plan in class, a 6-week class with Barbara, and as a result of the presentation that we did, we won a bus. Bus. We won a bus.
That wasn't like the master classes where you pay, you get to print out your little certificate saying you attended.
Yeah.
You actually got something.
Yes.
But that's because you brung something to the table.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Because you were already doing the work.
Absolutely.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. So we won a bus.
Okay.
That and the purpose of the presentation that we had is that we want to give back to seniors.
Okay.
And we want to give them their flowers while they're here.
Yeah.
So they can enjoy them. So when we said that, it like tied in perfectly.
Yeah.
So we want to give them their flowers while they're here. So our mission and vision and all the things that we want to do is that we wanted to have a transportation. Well, it actually started out wanting to be a bus.
Okay.
Or a big RV where we would roll up red carpet to their location. Right. They would be nominated. Okay. And so in their nomination, we would have that red carpet. We would roll up. They would come onto the bus. We would love on them. We have like hair, nails, makeup.
That was going to be an all day event.
All kinds of stuff. Yes. But check this out. So we have people that are going to be nominated.
Seniors, they kind of walk.
Be quiet if I hurt you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Because Lord's will, I'm on my way. I'm 51, Randy. Don't be playing for me, because I can't wait to get I could not. Yes, I am. I'll be 52 in September. I could not wait.
That's a cap.
Yo, so black. So black really don't crack.
It's the butters. It's the butters. It's the butters.
Okay. Cool.
So it's you know what I mean. The shea butter. It's that good
cocoa butter.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Like the Forrest Gump of the Bubba Gump of butters over here. Shea butter, cocoa butter.
Eventually turn it to it was gonna be a bus RV pull up.
Yes.
Red carpet kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. So they get all these things. They get chair massages. They have a chef prepared lunch on the bus. All this is on the bus. Chef prepared lunch. They have a photo shoot on the bus.
I need to be a senior.
Yes.
You talking about giving out flowers for real?
You know, I'm not playing like, and we're doing everything in excellence. Like we want to love on them, right? Especially after coming out in the middle of this situation. You know what I mean? So many people have lost. So we want to do all of this. Then they leave with a whole bunch of goodies. Then they stay in our network so we can continue to love on them.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like that's the plan. So that's one of the things that falls under the umbrella of what we're doing for Infinity.
Oh my goodness. See, that needs that whenever you feel like your time is up when doing business, boots on the ground, you need to pass that down. So
exactly.
Oh, honey, that thing is going to be. That's going to be. That's going to be something. So that's You know what? One of the things that I just was thinking about
when
recently.
I get old, I definitely want somebody to take care of me like that.
That's right. I got you.
I'm
telling you, you want to rub it down. Manicures, pedicures,
the bus coming. The bus coming.
The works. All that photo shoot. And look, the photo's going to be on the album, on the CD, so you can take it with you. You know? So in the interim, though, Randy, what we're doing with the bus that we have is we're transporting our seniors to these different. We've partnered with different locations, different businesses. So we're transporting. We're still doing the same thing, except for we're taking the bus to transport the seniors where they're going.
Okay.
So so we are so excited about that. We've also partnered with our amazing mentor and coach.
Okay.
She is partnering us with the Anne Arundel County Department of Aging.
Yeah.
We partner with a lot of different organizations and businesses. So that's the plan. Like that's what we're going to do. That's our baby. So real estate is a tool to get me to live into my passion.
Yeah.
Because real estate is a passion.
Yeah,
my passion
but
is helping people.
That's just the gateway to get you to.
Oh my goodness.
And I tell people, we talk about this all the time on True Radio, like how conquering the local level is so important.
Yes.
And everyone has their position and their role to play.
Yeah.
Like you can't be the best at every single category. You gotta partner with people.
That's right.
And find people.
That's right.
I don't know crap about real estate except for I want to buy a bunch of property and leave it as a legacy for my children and things like that. So I can go to a Loletha and be like, hey, this is what I'm trying to buy. This is what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Like right now, I'm in a position. And I've been working with you and your partner on getting a house, on purchasing a house. So I had to get some stuff right on my credit, get some things, taken care of. I'm good. Now I'm taking care of the missus, getting her stuff right. So by the time we come to the table, okay, this is what we have for the down payment. This is what we're pre-approved of because we have a lender that we work with.
That's right.
And then, okay, Loletha, find that for us. You take us on the tour. Kim, find that for us. You take us on the tour. We like what we like. We got it. Yep. It's just that simple, and it is without the humility and the partnering with someone, that's not going to be accomplished. Yeah, and we need to get back into that. Yep. Yes. When I say community involvement, I'm not just talking about what you're doing to others that you may not know, but community is also the bartering system, the bringing about the greatest of all of us in a circle and partnering with each other and making it happen. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And
it's a relationship.
Yeah.
It's a big relationship.
That's really what it is.
It is. It's a big relationship.
Yeah. And what we cannot continue to allow this American society to give us principles that hinder those type of relationships.
Absolutely.
And people are greedy. People are treacherous and deceitful. But when you have genuine people who really know what they're doing.
Absolutely.
That's number one. And actually are doing the work. Like, to me, that's what I'm about. Like, I got to see some fruit. I got to see what you actually been doing. You can't critique me on anything if you ain't doing squat. I need to see some evidence behind your wisdom.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I see it. I see yours.
Thank you.
For the audience that'll be watching and that are watching right now, I know Loletha not on a deep personal level, but I know her enough to see her work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's why I wanted you on the show.
Absolutely.
Is because I know my platform is going to help you reach a lot more people.
I am so grateful.
And I wanted to give you that. And also, I feel like you need to get kind of used to being on radio anyway. Let me go ahead and sip my mug.
It's so funny because
this break is brought to you in part by Habit 365 promo code Mr. Randy True for 50% off.
Thank you.
That sip break was brought to you in part by Habit 365, y'all.
Gotta
pay the bills. Gotta pay the bills.
I don't know if people follow me on social media. I updated my Facebook profile. I have Habits 365 brand on the shirt.
I love it.
I'm an ambassador for that brand. So type in Mr. Randy Chu. You get 15% off of anything you purchase on the website. You get 3 or more items. You buy 3, you get 1 free with that same code.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. Is that something I can share on my?
Oh yeah, absolutely. My social media? Yeah. Okay. I send it to you.
Okay. That Kim can share on social
media.
Yeah. It ain't me.
So, lastly, let me say this. First, Grantastic, you good? Anything else?
So there are some programs. I'm going back to real estate. So I'm an educator. And I know there's a lot of different programs for teachers to get into the real estate game and purchase because they're, help with down payment and different programs. But I do have a question because there are so many different programs. Do you happen to know any that may be kind of really good that you would recommend for educators to look at in this particular area?
Right. So there are programs that are available. However, the way this market is now, and this isn't to be a buzzkill on that because that whole idea and that whole concept is amazing. And the thing about it is this market is moving so quickly. Sometimes, and not all the time, however, sometimes if you put a house on the market today, because you've had the build up, so people are ready to go that first day. Sometimes it's selling so quickly that if a seller has, and we've had like 20, 30 offers on the property. So those type of programs, which are amazing, those type of programs sometimes take an extended period of time.
They really do. It's like
45, 60 days.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at a seller that has their house, they're getting 51% more than they did the following year. So they're getting 51% more. They have 20 offers, and they're looking at it based on because people coming out strong with cash offers, with conventional, FHA, VA, excuse me, USDA loans. So they're ranging them in an order of who's the cash buyer, who's the, and they're going down the line. So if you have if you're using one of those programs and it says that it's going to take you 45 to 60 days to close on that program, sometimes depending upon the position of the seller, that might not be in their best interest to take that
it's not an ideal situation.
However, there are I do have my preferred lender that I work with, Andrew Clank with Apex Home Mortgage. So like we do have something that we're putting together
shout out to the
assist. Yes, come on now. We do have something that we're putting together specifically for teachers because his mom is a teacher.
Okay.
I homeschool. I say I'm a teacher.
Yes,
so
you
we
are.
have some things that we're putting together, but those programs are great. It's just that in this market of the now, sometimes it bumps it.
No, and that's what I kind of been feeling as if going through those programs, we're going to be late to the party by the time things are going down. Because I'm even keeping an eye on a couple homes, and it's like 1, 2, 3 days they're gone, and we got to go through this whole process. I'm like, we're going to be late to the game if we go this route.
Right, but there are alternatives to those programs.
Okay.
So sometimes when it comes to those type of programs, when it comes to grant money, sometimes it comes at a cost. So no money is free money, So sometimes it comes at a cost. So if you're getting some grant funding, you might have a higher interest rate.
Okay.
So there are lenders that you can partner with that can, like I have another lender that I work with that they have lending, they're available to give you additional funding, or lender credit or something that can offset that money that you would have been getting from that teacher grant program.
Okay.
So there is definitely a way around it. So I don't want to make it seem like you can't use them. However, we have come around a solution because we've been boots to the ground for a long, long time, and we have gotten very creative in what we're doing.
Gotcha.
And so we have made it so that the lenders that we partner with, we make it work. So that money, if it was like a certain amount of money, we're gonna find it and we're gonna make it work.
I got you. Okay.
So you didn't be calling me.
Okay, no, I'm be calling.
I know where you are now.
I say,
you be playing around. I will come for
I'm
you.
right here. I said my wife is watching now, so she already like, okay,
hey, wife, I got you. Call me. Tell me, call me. I'm gonna leave the cards.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a great time.
Who are you talking to?
What?
Jakes from Allstate.
What are you wearing? What are you wearing? Khakis.
Listen.
Leather pants. I'm wearing leather pants.
So real quick, I want to say this before we go to our commercial break and end our special guest segment. First, I want to thank Loletha for coming on.
Yes,
such amazing.
Thank you guys for having me on.
I think after our mid-season break, we're gonna have you come back on.
Oh, excellent!
Not just to talk business, but to just dive into the conversation with us.
Yes.
You're a real one anyway, so
What?
Yeah. And I also want to thank your partner, Kim
Nixon,
for putting this together.
Clap it up for Kimmy Boo.
And when I say her professionalism is outstanding, it's outstanding.
Oh my gosh.
She will text and email and call and make sure
that
Loletha is taken care of. And I'm not just saying that because you're sitting there. I'm like literally she made sure that you were taken care of to just be here for 30 45 minutes. You don't find that type of loyalty. That's rare in today's society.
Absolutely.
Like for real. You can't even get people to defend you.
Let alone
people
take care of you like that.
Let alone just want to take care of you like that out of love. You know what I'm saying? So I give big props to Kim Hickson. So we're gonna take a quick 2.2. We're gonna pay a couple bills, and when we come back, me and Mr. Grantastic are gonna close out the show with some phenomenal stuff. It's your boy Randy Chew, aka Mr. Chew on that. We right back after this quick 2.2.
Q Tracks. 666.
take you on milk.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your boy Randy Chew, aka Mr. Chew on that, aka Mr. Smack Your Great Ancestry, and I'm here with the other host of True Radio.
Everybody, it's your boy, Mr. Grantastic, aka the Professor, aka Negro Suave, aka Smooth Criminal, aka Dad Bod Summer. All right.
Did you just say Dad Bod Summer?
Bod Summer.
Can you chew woo woo?
Tell me, can you chew woo woo?
In season 2.
Woo hoo hoo.
You know we're gonna have to come up with another theme song for season 3, right?
Ah, dang it! You're right.
Because it's not gonna chew.
It's not gonna be season 2 no more.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, listen.
Gosh.
We are about to go to a segment that I love.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Chew or Choke. Grantastic, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Mr. Grantastic, and getting ready for another wonderful session of Chew and Choke. Can you chew woo woo? I'm actually sad now because this is gonna have to come to an end.
I know, right? Like, my heart dropped.
Yo, I just realized I was like, it's about to go. Can you chew? All right, so Chew and Choke, ladies and gentlemen. So what we do, we bring up the topics for the last, I've been gone for a minute now, I'm back with the jump off. So we're going to bring up some topics to you. Some may be real, some may be BS. So those in the chat, if you are digging the statement, the topic, what you going to do? You're going to let them know that you chew on that. All right. If you don't like the statement, you don't like the topics we're talking about, then choke on these topics. Who raised you? That was wonderful, by the way. Yes. I like that. I like that. Okay. All right. So speaking of choking, all right. And who raised you? People are attacking everything that has to be attached with a man. And now it's Father's Day, ladies and gentlemen. We are attacking Father's Day. Hashtag ban Father's Day is trending. Bruh. So here's the thing. So should Father's Day be banned because it's disrespectful to single mothers and same-sex couples?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give everyone a hard choke on that.
Yeah, choke on these topics right here. On this topic right here. What in the world? We can add this to that. Yes, and choke with an extra. All right. Anyways, why are we trying to ban Father's Day when you need that to even have children?
Because these peasants are sheep of the elites, and the elites want to feminize men. Sorry, just wanted to throw that out there. Go ahead.
But then I was like, I don't know. That really does suck for the single fathers and the fathers out there. So big shout out to the men handling their damn business, raising these babies.
Finish him.
That's what I'm saying. Ban Father's Day. Now here's a question though. So what if we do next year? We could do hashtag ban Mother's Day.
It should be both. Oh, you know you would cause an uproar if you did that.
Oh, if I try to start that campaign?
Yeah.
Oh, just give it a vote.
That's straight.
Yeah, no, for real. You don't, because no one celebrates.
I'm gonna say this, Grant Tassie, and I'm gonna let you go to the next one. Is I forgot Father's Day was coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm a father of 5.
You have a whole heap of children. You forgot.
A whole heap.
But what does that speak to in this society that Father's Day is not even an afterthought? It's a later ladder at the end thought for someone, so we complain so much about men not being in the home, right?
Yeah.
So when dudes handle their business, take care of the children, take care of the wife, take care of the house, take care of the bills,
Preach,
and then
yes,
take care of the community.
Yeah. Oh, nigga.
And then take care of community,
nigga.
And you want to ban 5? Shit! Get out of here with that BS.
You need to drive to your nearest Walmart.
Drive.
I need you to walk speedily past electronics and just
one more for good measure. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Somebody in the
2 more shots.
Two more.
2 more shots.
It's like free throws out here. 2 shots. All right. Someone in the chat said we are choking and gagging on that. I know that's right. All right. Anyway. All right. So here's the next thing. So all of our chews and chokes have to do with family apparently this week. But I guess it's getting ready. So let's go to the next controversial statement. All right. So families will disown a child for growing up gay, but will keep the family molester a secret. This is stuff that I'm telling you, people posting this stuff all the time.
Say that one more time.
Hold on, I think let me make sure I can quote this accurately, because this is really accurately, accurately, because for real, this is a thing. So this has been floating around. I've been seeing this a lot, and everyone's been talking about this. So legit, people are willing. Hold on, let me scroll to this real quick. Where you at, son? Families will.
The air conditioner is working.
Okay. Families will disown a child. Families will disown a child for growing up gay, but will keep the family molester a secret.
Wow.
So do y'all agree? Is that what families are doing? If you think families are more willing to disown someone for being gay, and rather than keep the molester of the family a secret, if you actually think that's a real thing, hit chew. If you think that is false now, hit the choke. So again, families will disown a child for growing up gay, but will keep the family molester a secret. I said, chew if you think that's a real, and choke if you think
topic.
It's serious.
I'm gonna say this: if you have a molester in your family, you need to shoot them. If you're not gonna turn them into the police,
take my plan.
Then you just need to go ahead and dump their body in the Chesapeake Bay Bridge.
Something.
Like, seriously. Homosexuality and molestation shouldn't even be in the same category.
No. It shouldn't be.
Facts. Because homosexuality is a choice. Molestation is not.
No.
And I have no sympathy for anybody who wants to molest anybody. Point blank, period.
I agree with that.
You should get beat up, and the death penalty should come by 1,000 things being pushed.
Stabbed in all your major organs.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that one's definitely a little deep. That one definitely hits home for a lot of people. I think for that one, I think we do kind of have to kind of re-examine some of those old ways, right? Of because families are infamous for keeping those secrets, though. We got to be more for our people and more for our family, especially more for our children. Especially being an education system, I see that a lot where people mothers will let boyfriends stay in the apartment and do what they're doing to the kids as long as they're paying rent. So people gotta step up to that. People gotta step up to that, and you gotta have to pick your big boy panties on or big girl's panties and figure out how to pay that rent. Your child's life is in danger. Is not worth that little measly $200 or $300 that broke Negro is bringing to your house. All right, let's go to this next one. All right, so this is by Keisha Big G on Instagram. This one also another about family, kind of a little pushy, controversial, touchy. Let's talk about it. All right, if we are not married, this is her saying, this is Keisha BG. It's my child, and I don't have to give my child that I carried for 9 months the last name of a man who ain't my husband. He's just the father, and there's no longer ties to him. Even if we're married, I don't need to give my kids my husband's last name. It's 2021.
Nope.
No words. Just no words.
Nope.
Bro, what are we coming to?
Yo, this is.
But
this
you
is
can't
beyond
make
me, yo.
this stuff up. I'm not making this stuff up, y'all.
No.
This is crazy.
I promise you.
We need to bring Loletha back. This is crazy.
This is crazy.
No.
But and so like and people ask like why are we talking about relationships and how people manage? It's like, yo, there are legit people out here that are acting and
This
thinking this crazy on the regular, and people are in the comments agreeing.
I can't even believe.
As a married woman,
First of all,
as a married man,
let me say this. In today's society, there are more single fathers than there ever have been in history. Blackdemographics.com. Go check it out for yourself.
Please do.
If you don't want to listen to me, pull up the stats yourself. There are more black single fathers now than any time in history because the mother would rather push out a child, leave the father, and go start her OnlyFans.
God, fan.
Yikes.
Yeah, I said it. You want to show your body and masturbate to people you don't know online rather than be a mother to your child.
Mm.
We live in an OnlyFans society because you worship money more than you worship relationship.
Exactly.
More than you appreciate yourself.
And to be honest, you're really running from yourself because relationships are a reflection of you. And you don't like the man, blaming him because he's only showing you externally your internal struggle. You don't have the conditioning to be a mother.
I'm gonna just lay this mic down.
You don't have the condition. You are home with the children for 10 minutes and you already are stressed and want to commit suicide because you are so selfish that you don't know what it's like to be a real woman.
Woo!
Bottom line, if you don't like me, my name is Randy Tony Curtis Jr. Pull up.
Pull up on me.
Bottom line, grow the hell up. Take some responsibility for you opening your legs and producing another life.
Bust it wide open.
And you don't have to have an intimate relationship with the man, but you need to have a respectful relationship so that the child can understand that leadership starts with a man and not a woman.
Man.
Bottom line,
Man.
they say America is a Christian nation, even though it's not
No,
at all.
close.
It might be conformed to Christianity, which was started by the Roman Catholic Church and white supremacy, but it's not a Christian nation. It does not follow the teachings of the Messiah at all. But if you want to follow the teachings of the Messiah, you claim to be a Christian. God first, your husband second, you third, and the children are last. The moment you leave the man, you have stepped out of the God-ordained order.
Man.
Bottom line,
You are hurting feelings right now.
there is a less percentage of divorce in Muslim couples than it is in Christian couples, and that's because Muslim women know how to shut the hell up and respect their man. Anyway, go ahead, Grandtastic.
What the hell do you say after that? No, that was because that's real. Everything you said was like 110% real, and honestly, I didn't realize, especially with my male friends who do have children, hearing some of their wives and their girlfriends push the kids onto them and just like I just can't do this, and not after postpartum. We're talking about like 4 or 5 years old. It's a lot of that's going on. So nah, it is real crickets. It's real crickets in these streets. It really is. But we got a little bit of time left, so I think we need to go into our topic. That chew and choke was a little heavy. I think we can just, be like Tony Braxton and breathe again, and then let's go ahead and get into this topic, Mr. Chew.
The topic. First segment, we had a special guest that talked about real estate.
Mm-hmm.
The topic for the rest of the show is real at stake.
I see how you play with the words there, sir.
You like that?
I like that.
You like how I maneuver me. You know what I mean? So
it's a little remix to it.
It's real at stake. We live in a society where words have been deemed more important than actions. And actions have been deemed more important than intentions. I can behave a certain way without showing you my intentions because you've been fed that actions speak louder than words. But if you put actions and words and a plus symbol, it equals intention. But we've been programmed to focus either on words or actions. And we never can add them together to get the full equalness.
To get the sum of it all.
The sum of it all,
yes.
That's that math teacher. I'm sorry, y'all.
And I just want to pose this question to the listening audience and to Mr. Grantastic. Because there was a cliche that went around that says, I always keep it 100. But you only keep it 100 on things you want people to know about you.
Keep it 75 outside.
Because you really just keeping it 75.
If that. I think that's being generous to some people. I'm being generous. I think that's being really generous to some people.
Right now.
So you say you keep it 100 because you want the world to be Ray Charles to your BS.
And for those that don't know, blind.
Mr. Grantastic, is real at stake?
Nah, it really is. I wholeheartedly agree. Man, on so many different fronts, to the point where it's like you can know the truth, have evidence of the truth, have a witness to the truth, present it to people, and they'll be like, nah, that's still your opinion.
Right.
You speak it, you have evidence, you have witnesses, and people still are in a position where they're like, I don't want to believe. And the reason why is not because of if you brought forth truth. It's more about if they want it to be their truth. Because like that whole saying is, let me speak my truth. Let me speak my piece, my truth. It's not a real thing. It is the truth, not your truth, not my truth. It's just the truth. And we're at a state right now where you can have full evidence, full-blown evidence, witnesses, DNA samples. But if it doesn't fit the image and the illusions in that person's head, they do not want to believe it.
Wow. And that's true, because keeping it 100 is an illusion. Because real wisdom says, never keep it 100 with everybody.
No.
There's a word that's called discretion.
I'll talk around about
If you keep it 100 with everybody, you are now predictable.
Everybody know you.
Wisdom comes in the fact that it's not predictable, or it wouldn't be called wisdom.
Yeah.
It will be called common sense.
Yes.
Facts.
Yes.
Am I spitting right now?
Spitting.
Hold on. Do you have some definitions? I'm like, hold on. I feel us going down a pathway.
I didn't even have it today.
Okay, you didn't have it today? Okay.
I didn't even have it today.
I thought you was going to break it down.
Next show, we're going to have definitions.
Okay, cool. Because I was just like, I was like, wisdom? I was like, oh, he about to break it down, break it down, break it down.
But think about it. Wisdom is something that you have to strive to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Common sense is something you're born with.
Yeah. Really, she should be, but yes.
I mean, yeah.
I'm sorry. My bad. I'll bring it back.
Jesus. So, discretion is married to wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I keep it 100 with the people who deserves that honor.
Yes.
Whether I'm comfortable or not. They deserve the honor of me being 100% transparent with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Even when I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The world doesn't deserve that.
No, indeed.
I don't owe the world ish.
Not a damn thing.
Bottom line. But I owe those that are loyal to me.
Mm-hmm.
I owe them the world.
Yes. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, I can't take nothing with me but relationship.
Yeah. And I think, do we have that twisted in our society now? Where it's almost like the part, well, I don't even know if it's the true parts of you or whatever image you're trying to create. That's the thing you are like, you want to display that for the world. And you're trying to show and making yourself, and kind of from what I'm hearing from what you're saying as well, there's a level of vulnerability with those people in that inner circle, right?
Yes.
And that, because that's a safe place for that vulnerability.
Yes.
But when we're doing the opposite, we're being vulnerable to a world that's seeking to destroy us.
Let me say this, because my big bro said this. I'm talking about Zoe Williams.
Mm.
He said this, and I agree with it. I don't want to say. He said that loyalty is based on fear, and that for the unenlightened, they're going to disagree. But when you actually are enlightened and you study what those words mean and what they actually come about, you'll understand that he was accurate. I say that to make this point.
Mm-hmm.
You said the people in your circle, you're vulnerable with them.
Mm-hmm.
If they're in your circle and they deserve that honor, it's no longer vulnerability.
Mm.
You're only vulnerable to people who have the access to attack you.
Yes, transparency.
People in your circle,
Mm-hmm.
they deserve transparency.
Mm-hmm.
But being vulnerable is when you let down a defense for someone who you question.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Because vulnerability has a question mark with it. Because I'm giving you the right or the access to attack a weak spot in me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're going to take advantage of that exposure or not. Transparency is, I already know you're not going to take advantage of this openness. So therefore, I can show you my hand. There's a proverb that says, that's in the scriptures, but it's not classified as a proverb because you allowed the Roman Catholic Church to write a book and call it the Holy Bible. Anyway, that says, never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. There's levels to you as an individual. But if I keep it 100 all the time with everybody, that actually shows that you have devalued relationships so much that everyone is on an even playing field. So therefore, why do I value the relationship I have with you?
Wow.
Go ahead. Fantastic. Go ahead.
Now I'm just is that perspective of kind of like the vulnerability versus the transparency. That's really deep, y'all. That's something really, really deep. I think we gotta talk about that. So, and maybe that's something that we are missing even in our relationships, in our own intimate relationships, because we don't know if the person we are being tangled with or being together with, if that question mark is there or not. Our friends, if that question mark is there with those individuals. So I think that's kind of really in what like the re-examining not only ourselves but our relationships sometimes, and really trying to figure out who's on our side, who do we question, who do we not question, who do we know really got our backs, or who really like is like and then why do we want to give the people that we have all these questions to, potentially, right? Why do we give these people questions so much of ourselves? Like, what a part of what deep inside of ourselves makes us say we want to, quote unquote, I guess, vulnerability, because those are the ones that are in question. Why do we try to, I don't know, give ourselves so much away to people that are in question, and not really discern if they are for us all the way or they're still in that question stage? So now that's just kind of just like my little thought process about that whole thing. So,
yo, and I like what you said, because, you know, man.
So I'm sorry to cut you off real quick. So basically, in a relationship, transparency is because it should be at no point a question of if this person is going to use that as an attack.
Yes.
So
transparency is there's no longer a question. I can be transparent with you because there's no longer a question on if you're going to attack me when I expose this weakness. Vulnerability means I don't know. It's a 50-50 on if you're going to attack me or not. The relationship is in question if you have to be vulnerable.
That speaks so much volumes. Like it really, and I'm trying to figure out, like, so there's a difference. Like you said, there's levels to this, right? But do you even think people realize that they're in intimate relationships for 2-3 some years with somebody, and they're still in the vulnerable state? Not, I know you won't attack me with this.
If you know, bottom line is this: if I have to be vulnerable, with you, that means that there's a level of distrust in this relationship. Bottom line. And if I am transparent with you, I'm already safe enough to know you're not going to attack me. How many people can say in their significant relationship with a significant other, are they vulnerable or are they transparent? Pimps are transparent.
Yeah.
Players are vulnerable.
Ooh.
Tell it.
Don't get me. I'm back in my true radio-ish, man. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Huh? A pimp would tell a chick what it is, how it is from the jump. Bottom line. And I'm going to let you know how I feel every step along the way, because I already know anything you do is not a threat. You can't attack me.
Yo, it's deep on so many levels. It's not even fun.
Only use your mic, your camera, his camera. Don't use the full camera because the shit's still there.
The vulnerability is I'm going to put down my defenses in hope that you don't attack me. How many men feel vulnerable when they talk to their woman?
Can I be honest with that, like, somewhat reply? I would argue probably 95%. And the reason why I would argue that is because it's almost as if you kind of expect that. From a man's point of view, it's just what's kind of gets revealed to you sometimes is that it's just going to get put into to one of those folders in her mind, and then later on, when something pops up, this is going to come out eventually. Something's going to happen. Like, this is going to come out as used as an attack.
Yeah. Wow.
So, and I mean, and now just doing some reflecting and thinking, now I really understand why I married my wife. Now it's like, I really do. I really understand now why I married my wife, because we were transparent from the jump. Shoot. It wasn't even necessary to be vulnerable. We were transparent from the jump.
And see, that's the thing is there's real men that are with real women. When you hear them talk, they talk about transparency.
Mm-hmm.
But when someone has to fake in a relationship, they say they have to be vulnerable. Just let that settle for a little bit. I think that should be our next topic for the next show. Vulnerability versus transparency.
And then we also got to talk about, because I think they're two different states. I'm also curious of if you can go from vulnerability to transparency. I'm just curious. I'm not saying I know or not. I'm curious if you can. So if you ever touch vulnerability, can it cross over to transparency?
And see, that's where you have to earn the right for me to be transparent. But in order for you to earn that right,
talk.
You have to be held accountable.
Yeah, I knew you was going there. Talk
for your actions and your responses to what I'm saying to you. Go ahead.
But the ironic part of that, right, is that, okay, so again, the time, what, like 3-4, I feel like it has to have at least been 3 months of can a man hold a woman accountable without backlash? Mm-hmm. First of all, I just need a clap for Mr. Randy Chu. That one question has literally popped up in almost every single episode since. And has really and it has taken some time to really digest and really talk about that, right?
Go ahead.
So, because I think really the pressure of when you hear in the streets on who it is to be vulnerable, it's always like, I want men to be more vulnerable with me. Like, I hear that a lot, right?
Talk.
You hear that a lot. You want men to be vulnerable. But so if you're saying as if there are some qualifications for transparency, then that's all it is you're begging people to just be vulnerable. And do they really think that you're not going to attack them? And so the question is like, that accountability is a piece, is like, is it just the men's problem in the relationship for communication? And why is it not transparency? Because if you talk to a lot of people for real, and honestly on both sides, a lot of people just be like, oh, the man's just not vulnerable. He just won't, he won't talk, he won't speak.
But see, as a man's nature is not to be vulnerable. Mm-hmm. A true alpha male's nature is to be transparent.
Yes.
But because we have not been taught how to choose our mates, we've been taught to go for the cheeks and the tits and the makeup we've been taught to go after the fake version of a body instead of the real body. That we settle for being vulnerable instead of being transparent.
Yeah. Jeez, but then it's like,
way.
But then that goes to saying like the responsibility now is on both parties. It's not just the men that got to step up,
and
it's on both men and women got to step up in this whole thing, because it's like if a real man's nature is to be transparent, and a man finds it very difficult to be transparent with you. Not with people, but with you.
Yeah.
That actually says something more about you, boo-boo, than just him. But if you hear the story, it's like, oh, he just won't be vulnerable because he doesn't want to be vulnerable. He doesn't want to feel unsafe with you attacking.
He needs some milk.
Because that's what was that? Where it's like, well, I think it was Chris Rock or whatever, where it's just like, man, like women will low blow you in front of your family. Well, something small will happen and she'll be like, that's why you piss in the bed in front of your mama. Like something like that.
And that's why that right there takes away from transparency and automatically makes a man feel vulnerable even when he's expressing how he feels.
Yeah.
Because a man, first of all, masculine energy, when it is confronted with itself, either is destroyed or becomes the destroyer.
Yes.
I'm going to say that again.
Yes.
Say it slow.
Masculine energy, when it is confronted with masculine energy, either becomes destroyed or becomes the destroyer. So, bottom line, when a woman embarrasses or disrespects a masculine man in public, if that man does not react in the moment, in the back of his mind, he is destroyed, and now he has to walk a path of vulnerability because he doesn't know, he's not confident in your actions enough for him to be transparent. Or do we think that the elders that went before us had multiple women because they were vulnerable? No, nigga, they had multiple women because they were transparent. And they said, this is what it is. And they respected all the women they were with because the women knew how to respect men. In today's society, everyone preaches monogamy, but lives polygamy. Because there's no transparency. There, the man is left to be vulnerable. And when a man is left to be vulnerable, he has no other place to go. We have someone that wants to join us on the topic. Hey,
Brandy!
Hey, we got Brandy Yates in the building.
Yo, B Yates, what's popping?
Listen. So we talking about something heavy, and I really want your input on this specific little 10-minute topic. And it is, I'm gonna let you get yourself together. Because I think I don't know if it's my side or your side, but it's kind of glitchy a little bit. But I'm gonna let you get yourself together. So I broke down, Brandy, there's a difference between, for men, there's a difference between vulnerability and transparency. Vulnerability means that I believe that there's a 50% chance that you're going to weaponize what I'm about to say and attack me. Transparency means I am confident that you're not going to attack me when I say this next statement. As a woman, what field do you want your man to be on? Do you want him to be vulnerable, according to what I just said, or do you want your man to be transparent? Talk to us.
More so transparent, but I obviously want him to be both.
Okay.
Because I would love him to be able to trust me with all of him versus part of him. So in order for me to trust all of him or him trust all of me with his information, he would have to be both vulnerable and transparent.
Wow. So you're comfortable with, and I'm asking because I gotta have a female perspective on it. My female co-host is not with us right now, so
Okay.
So you're comfortable with your man feeling like you have an opportunity to attack and destroy him.
So when it comes to vulnerability, the way I see that is not you feeling like I'm going to attack you, but it's you trusting that I won't attack you while you're vulnerable. So I get it. I mean, I hear what you said with your definition, but that's not the way I see vulnerability.
Okay.
So I think, not to say you're wrong. So I'm not saying you're wrong.
No, you good. You good.
I think your definition.
Modern women, please take note. She just respectfully disagreed with me. She didn't bash me or shut me down. She respectfully disagreed. Modern women, you need to take that lesson. Okay, go ahead, Brandy.
Yeah. I mean, because we all got different understandings and backgrounds, upbringing, so you got to be respectful of that. But I would say the definition that you gave with vulnerability was more of a fear of opening up to a person. And I don't believe that's what vulnerability is. Vulnerability is, yes, I'm fearful, but I'm willing to open up because I trust you.
Wow. Taxi, you want to say something before I do?
So I'm just looking up the etymology of vulnerable. And so I can kind of see where you're coming from with that, right? So especially being here on True Radio with this guy over here, right? And I'm really understanding this. We do have to kind of break down not just not how we define words currently, because that is the one thing we do, particularly in this country. We just make up a word and it's Webster's dictionary. It's official, right? But like kind of like where did the roots from these particular words, where they came from. So like the vulnerable, and I'm looking at it, everything about vulnerable says wounding, to wound, to hurt, to injure, to pluck, to tear, to strike. So it's just like, so to me, it's kind of more like where the root of it comes from, right? Like not saying like your definition, but saying like the root of the word, and just kind of being careful with the actions that go along with it. So vulnerable has nothing to do with but being hurt in a way, right? And that's what I'm kind of wondering, like, where do we get from this word of being like plucked, torn, hurt, like everything, to like now we're taking this word and it's a part of, you know, how I should be intimately involved with someone else. To which transparent is just to see through, that you can see light through, right? And so it's kind of like really like the nature of those words is what I kind of get what Mr. Chu over there is talking, because it's vulnerable comes from the root of, it's like there is some kind of hurt that's either comes with it or can come with being vulnerable, right?
Oh yeah.
To be transparent is just like, this is me just opening, or you can see through me now to like what is going on, or the light can go through me kind of thing. You can just see more of me. And that's what it's just like, again, we're just kind of arguing like different, like, you know, discussing definition and things like that. But it's more, I think, about the actions and the word, and then being the sum of the intent.
They go hand in hand. I don't believe you can have one without the other to have something else that's healthy.
Okay.
I like how you just said that, because as you was talking, I was like, okay, so vulnerability, yes, it's a fear of being hurt. There's a possibility that you can be hurt through being vulnerable, but you can't get to being transparent without being vulnerable first.
Okay. That was the question I brought up a little earlier, because we were like, all right, we're gonna make this a whole show. That was my question. My first question was, do you start out being vulnerable and get the transparent, right?
I personally believe you do.
You in a way,
If we do chew and choke, I'm in the middle, by the way.
And Brandy, I appreciate you hopping on. I'm gonna keep you for another 5 minutes. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah.
So I feel like in relationship, you have to go through a stage of vulnerability as you're growing to know the person.
Mm-hmm.
But once you know the person,
mm-hmm.
there should be something established to where you move into transparency.
Okay.
When someone is declared yours,
mm-hmm.
this should no longer be a moment where I feel like you're going to attack me, where I have to be defensive towards you because I'm supposed to be naked towards you. Transparent.
Yeah.
All my flaws, all my goodness, naked before you, so that even when I'm tempted to act outside of my normal character, you are the very scapegoat that I can go to help me not fall into said temptation. But if I feel like you have an opportunity to attack me to where I'm no longer safe in this relationship, that's when secrecy begins to take place. A lot of men and a lot of women have been taught they've been taught by example not to be transparent.
Correct.
We've been taught that when the moment comes to be vulnerable, the transparency isn't a moment, it's a lifestyle.
It is.
You see what I'm saying?
No, it really is.
This is my opinion.
Yeah.
But Grantastic, then Brandy, you respond.
Because to me, transparency begots transparency, right? So if you're in that questionable, vulnerable stage and you're expressing to someone that you're in an intimate relationship with, and you learn that, okay, I can express this to you and you're not going to attack me for it, but you're not also saying you're not going to hold me accountable. See, I think that's another thing we got to add to the conversation as well. Like sometimes you can be vulnerable with something and like, all right, cool, I won't attack you, but nigga, you got to get to work. You got to work on that. Like, you know, you got to work on whatever you're doing. But that's if in our relationships, if we're able to kind of, and I think maybe that is the key to switching to transparency, really is the first vulnerable moment. And I find out that like, okay, I know I need to work on this, or this is kind of what we're going through. We can grow from this moment. But then that when we click the transparency, because I feel as if after that moment, the next time I'm like, oh, I can trust you with my words and my feelings. Oh, okay. So then I'll give you more, and then I'll give you more, and then I give you more. So is it kind of like we building, or is it should be like an instant click of like, all right, we not talking no more. We boyfriend and girlfriend. We should, or we married. We should be at this transparent state. Like, what do you think, Brittany?
No, it's definitely a building. And I have an echo, but I don't have headphones. I'm on my phone instead of my laptop. But it's definitely a building because everybody maturity level happens at different seasons of their life. So although you are together, boyfriend, girlfriend, married, or whatever, you guys are still or should still be growing at some level of, your life. And sometimes you may be able to trust somebody with a third of your past, but they're not ready to hear the second third of your past yet. And so you build off of how, when you gave them the first third of your past, you build off of how they reacted to that. You build off how they responded. You build off if they kept that secret between y'all, or did they go tell their mama and daddy, cousin, auntie, uncle, social media. You build off of that. And so if I can share my deepest secrets and flaws with you case by case, and you prove to me that you're able to carry that weight without dissing me or downing me or throwing me under a bus, then I begin to open up more. And it's definitely levels to it. It don't happen instantly. And I don't recommend nobody do it instantly either. But it's a building to the transparency. It's definitely not just a click just because of a title or how many years you've known a person.
Yeah. And can I ask a question before you go?
I know go ahead.
So
hurry up. We gotta respect the young lady's time now.
I know. No, but you brought her on. It's fire now.
It's okay. It's okay. We good.
You know what I mean? Yo, Brandy is the truth, dog.
Yo, like she came, I was like, yo, it is like family time. For real, for real.
Go ahead.
Okay, so here's my question. So like you're saying, so like maybe give a piece, see how they react, give more. So here's my question to the panel. Is that considered lying if you give that one piece first and then give pieces later?
No, that's called discretion.
Because people will call that lying.
No, that's not lying. That's called
a person with a small
like you didn't tell
frame,
me that. That's a lie. You know how people get like go on that?
A person with a small mind frame that wants to be a victim of every situation, they're going to look for it to be a lie. A transparent person.
Can you say that one more time, please? They didn't hear you in the back over there. Can you say that one more time?
So a person with a small mind frame and a person that's always looking to be the victim in some type of situation, yes, they're going to see it as a lie. But if a person sees it as a lie, that's your red flag to know this ain't a person I could be transparent with, let alone vulnerable with.
Facts. Oh my God. Go ahead. Golly.
I can't.
See, this is why she need to be sitting on the couch.
Yo.
You should.
If I had the money, she would be on True Radio every Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time.
I promise
you.
Right. You know,
I think this is good stuff, though. This is what people like.
Yeah,
because people are going through this, and this is happening in real time, and they're not able to discern or figure out, like, or process that.
How can I even get to this point in the relationship if you can't even give the opportunity to respect what I say is disrespectful?
Yep.
If Brandy is with someone and she says that woman wants you and it's not good for you because she just wants to be a leash in your life, and you as the man continue to have interactions with that specific woman, you now leave Brandy in a vulnerable state. Because now she begins to lose confidence in your character because she opened herself up to you in a moment where you were supposed to have her back and you didn't. You're no longer, she can no longer be transparent about her feelings. Now, every time she talks to you about her feelings, she feels vulnerable because there's a level of threat there. When a man says, yo, when we in public and you respond to me a certain way, that's not good. Because a man has an image to uphold in the public. And the woman is the glory of the man. You see what I'm saying? And so she's supposed to protect the honor and the integrity and the glory of that man has and is seen from the outside world. If a woman doesn't care about that, if a man says, I made 5 3-pointers in the game, and his woman come behind like, no, you didn't. You only made 3. Little slights like that deflates the pride of a man. And now he starts looking at you sideways. And so when Kiki from across the street,
I was about to say that,
starts respecting this nigga on a level you don't, he piping her down.
What women don't realize, and this is not saying cheating is okay, but what women don't realize is a good man is not looking to cheat. But when you steadily do what you just explained, you don't stroke his ego, you always downplay him, you don't respect him, especially in public, and then a chick comes along and she gives him everything that's his, I want to say, his love language. That's the door for cheating.
Yeah. And I think the crazy part about it is because, everyone want to say like that woman is coming along to try to take my man. In some cases, she just legit happened to watch the same basketball game and was like, congratulations on those 5 3-pointers you made. There was some good shots. And it's not like I'm trying to put in a wedge in your relationship. No, you actually left your relationship vulnerable because of that. Because of that.
Jeez.
And that's the thing is it's like and that's that reflection part, because if a woman is doing this constantly to a man, that means there's something that is within you. That's you're doing this to him, because if he's just doing his thing and you keep trying to slight and bash him, do these low key stuff, and he ain't trying to be cheating, looking at another woman, that's your issue you got to work on.
Brandon,
and same thing for the man on the other side.
Brandon, let me ask this, and then I'm gonna let you go. I promise. We're gonna end the show. I love when Brandy's on the show, bro. Like legit. Like, what can men do?
I like it. This my I love that you guys are having these conversations, because, like you said a little while ago, we definitely need to touch these conversations because we're not grown. We're not taught on these type of conversations, and so it's a lot of toxic mindsets, childish mindsets, because we aren't taught these things, and then society definitely teaches it to us. So
yeah,
these shows like that.
So I wanna learn something from you, Brandy. What can we as men do better?
Again, that's too general and broad, because every man is a different man.
Mm-hmm.
Not every woman requires every man to be a certain way. So I
asked that for a specific reason, but go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah, no, I that.
You want me to remind you how you kind of answered that question last time?
What I say?
Because no, it stuck with me. No, because you said something. I was like, it touched my soul when you were saying like men need to speak up more and say what they want. Jeez. And like you weren't even trying to go in deep. You just said it, and I was like, yo,
she said it because it was natural for her to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, but for a woman to say that, right? Because if you listen to the world right now, the world is saying basically men rule everything. Black men, like we are boisterous, we are abrasive, we taking control of everything, we can't be talked to, we on this higher level where we think we something that we not, right? But for you to say the statement for men to speak up and say it, just communicate what they would like, that it to me that goes against what everything the world is really kind of pointing at right now. And that's just important, because that whole happy wife, happy life stuff is like, but what about the man?
Yeah.
Like,
so yeah,
happy spouse, happy house. But go ahead.
I still definitely think speak up. Yes. So thank you for reminding me of that. I was thinking of something else based on what we just talked, but
okay.
But no, definitely speak, because again, we say the man is the leader. We want him to be our provider, protector, all of that. So why would we shut his voice down? Or why would we shut his feelings down and what he say matters to him, if we're supposed to be having him as our king, or the head of the house? Mm-hmm. That means he should be the first to matter more than anybody else. Not nobody take that out of context, but you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Nah. Like, oh my God, like that statement alone will get you disbarred from society.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, listen, we're gonna cap it right there. It's 10:30. We're gonna cap it right there, because we're gonna come back next week. We're gonna continue the topic. Brandy, thank you so much for hopping on.
Always.
We appreciate you. Also, I want to say this. I'm gonna be posting this weekend Brandy's brand. She sent me a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And
I saw that joint.
I love it. It joint is hot monkey lava. And I'm gonna be rocking it, and I'm gonna take pictures of it. I'm gonna post it.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone, please support all of her platforms. We definitely gonna have her back on the show sooner than later. And even when we have the True conference, we're gonna have the webinar first, and then we're gonna have the conference.
Mm-hmm.
She's definitely gonna be a part of both. We're gonna get her brand out there. But Brandy, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you.
Oh, did you freeze?
She froze.
Oh no, buenacito.
Oh no. But you can go ahead and
okay.
Yeah.
Yo, bro. Just the mere fact that like we're at the spot where just like we having conversations and just like, oh, the flex is still continuing.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
Yeah,
yo.
yeah.
I'm so digging. I mean, I appreciate that right there.
That's some hot monkey lava.
That is.
Listen, it's your boy Randy Chew, aka Mr. Chew on that, aka Mr. Smack Your Great Great Grandma. We went over time tonight. We had an awesome guest earlier in the special guest segment part of the show, Loletha Simmons. Please get a hold of her and everything that she's doing. She's a powerful woman, real estate, and is real at stake. Man, we're going to pick up this very topic part. Well, this was Let's Talk finale. We're definitely going to pick this up, the finale, next week.
Mm-hmm.
It's your boy Randy Chew, and I'm here with Mr. Grantastic. We'll see you guys next week. Deuces.